Cord.
Yeah, sorry. Especially when it's right in your ears.
No.
What is it? What is that? MSR? Is it what they call that? What's the
Multiple sclerosis?
No. What's the thing that they eat the pickles really quiet? It's that sound thing.
Oh, that supposedly creates something in your brain.
It's like MSNR or NSMR or something like that.
Right. There's supposedly satisfying sounds or something like that.
That one black lady just eats the big fucking dill pickle.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, dude, I got to send that to you, man. It's great.
So what are we doing?
Well, I mean,
here, let me see what these buttons do. Okay, we done that. I know one of these buttons is mine.
So does your gal, she does podcasts also?
That's a good one. Ooh, that was loud.
Oh, big time. Dun.
Jason, we'll use this one.
There it is.
There it is? You okay with that? That's some happy music. How you been, brother?
Good, brother. How are you doing, man?
Not bad.
A long time no see.
This is awesome. You're in the studio.
Dude, this is awesome.
Instead of we were in the shed last time, now we're in the studio.
Look at that pillow over there. It says doing shit.
Which is greater than...
Yes, saying you're going to do some shit. Well played.
That not very popular where you work, actually.
No, absolutely. That's
not doing shit's an art form down there.
That's the thing. Yeah, you master that. You become a boss real fast.
So what's going on? What are we talking about?
Well, I don't know, man. We could talk about lots of things.
We could talk about Arizona Republicans, which is fun.
Oh, my God. Man. I haven't been keeping too much track with those guys, but
you can have old friends for 200.
Yeah, I know, right? You can have
These are today's categories.
Yes, indeed.
Arizona politics. QAnon.
Baseball?
Baseball.
Question mark?
Baseball.
Yes.
Dude, how about Ohtani, man?
That guy's a freak.
Have you been watching? I haven't been keeping up, but dude, I remember the 60 Minutes they did on him 3 years ago. Maybe?
Okay, yeah. He came in 2018, and of course he immediately got hurt. And
right,
and
there was a lot of the we'll start with Ohtani. So there was a lot of major league poo-pooing of you can't pitch and be a regular day-to-day player because your body won't take it, and there's reasonable arguments for that. It's a lot of work.
A lot of the purists had to run for their inhaler when this guy came
right.
into the States.
Yeah. You can't be a lights out pitcher and
it's going against the integrity of the game. Who's this guy?
Baseball's like, oh my God, it's changed. Kill it.
Oh my gosh.
Kill it.
Heaven forbid you mix it up. This sport's so old and just dusty. Sometimes it needs to be, blown off and,
Right. So, and Ohtani was a player in Japan. I'll tell you fill in the blanks that I don't know. So he was a player in Japan. He was under contract. He was picked by the Angels.
Well, he chose to go to Los Angeles because I think he just liked LA. I mean, everybody thought he would go to Seattle. There's a Japanese ownership segment of that thing, and then there's Yankees,
and you had Ichiro,
and there's Red Sox. There's definitely, the big money guys were in. Everybody was in on him, but
he was a young guy. In the thing to him is that he was an incredibly good pitcher.
Absolutely, yeah.
But he also had like the Ken Griffey Jr. swing.
Absolutely, and he has speed. He's got size. He's got it all. He's probably great date. He probably has a tidy house.
Calls his mother.
Yeah, absolutely. This guy,
he's like the Steph Curry of.
You could say that. Yeah,
he's
definitely.
A nice guy.
But it's funny because they try to compare him to Babe Ruth and all that stuff.
Fill it in. So then he came to the majors, got hurt right away.
Yeah. He ended up having to have the Tommy John surgery, which means you're going to miss about a year as they reconstruct your elbow.
Right, and all the baseball, old baseball was like, see, we told you.
Yeah, you can't do both, because they compare him like to the whole Babe Ruth thing, because everybody knows Babe Ruth was a pitcher originally, with the Red Sox. And then he pitched for the Yankees, and then he became a hitter. Ohtani. Oh boy, Ohtani is doing both right now, and that's how he was as advertised.
Where's he at this year?
Okay, this year he's leading the major leagues in home runs. He's already got 6 steals, which puts him at the top of the league. I think the league leader has like 8. he's not hitting for a super high average, but he's just, he bats second in that.
Was he like
lineup.
250 or something?
Something like that, which is average for this year, believe it or not. Let me just,
well, for a power hitter too, that's totally forgivable.
Yeah, this game's changed a lot to whether you either hit a 3-run homer or you strike out. There's no more singles in the game anymore with the shift and with
it's
guys.
it's like the mid-range jumper in the NBA.
There's no more Rod Carews. They're all Mark McGuire's now. So it's a shame, that part of the game is missing. But with Ohtani, he's literally, he's as advertised now. It took 3 years, but with the Angels, though, he pitches not every 5th day. He's usually 6th or 7th, or even he'll go 10 days without pitching. But the problem with the Angels is that they need him to pitch. They have hitters. Their pitching is atrocious. So
does he DH? What is he?
Yeah, he does DH.
Oh, he played some right field too, didn't he?
They did put him in right field, like in Little League, just to kind of, how it works like that.
Probably just to keep him on get him another at bat or
exactly.
something.
Yeah, because he's such a lethal hitter. I mean, it's just
Any, I guess he's in the regular lineup when he's pitching too, huh?
Yeah, well, usually what happens is they have to waive the DH. He becomes, pitcher, but he usually will hit second. Most pitchers, traditionally bat ninth. Yeah, they have the, any team can waive the DH. It's a rule, but they don't have to.
So the
DH
can only replace the pitcher for hitting.
Exactly. Yeah. And usually, like I said,
that's something that never came up in 100 years.
Exactly. Ron Blomberg, 1972, first ever DH, New York Yankees. But,
that never came up because everybody was always DHing for the pitcher.
Absolutely. Well, only in the American League, but the National League's going to get it because, I think the majors is the only level of professional ball that has the pitcher hit. The minor, there's no pitchers don't hit in the minor leagues anymore. No more.
But what about if you're a purist and
they're still out there, but the problem is, dude, money's trumping the purists as far as like watching your pitcher pull a hammy between second and third or getting beamed.
What a waste.
Yeah. So, and those, like I said, the pitchers are really, there's only a handful of pitchers that are still into actually wanting to hit the ball. So nothing's funnier than seeing a pitcher go up there that doesn't want to hit. But, Ohtani's definitely, gonna, I don't think he has blister problems occasionally, but it's like, hopefully he can stay healthy because to see a full year what he can do would be really incredible for the game. So
I know I'm looking him up right now. I'm looking up his stats.
Yeah. So I think he's got 14 home runs, and like I said, he's just amazing. But again, dude, he's in Anaheim, which is cool. But like they have the best player in the league already. They have a guy named Mike Trout who just pulled his calf muscle. Is going to miss 2 months, but they don't ever go to the playoffs because their pitching is so atrocious. I mean, they lose every game 9-10. So. Unfortunately,
so they need him on the mound.
They need him on the mound, dude. He should just give up hitting. I mean, I hate to say it for the 14. They don't really need his bat, but they need his arm. So we'll see how it goes. But having to play every day or almost every day in the field, hitting limits his pitching time he can commit to pitching. When he pitches, dude, he pitches good. He's a fireballer. He walks a lot of guys, but he only has 1 win this year because they don't let him usually go longer than 4 or 5 innings, and you need 5 innings to get a win in the big leagues. So
okay, so here's where he's at. Mm-hmm. He's pitched in 6 games. He's got an ERA of 2.37,
which is awesome.
And to your point, he's only 1-0.
Yeah.
And he's got 45 strikeouts. I wonder how many walks he's got on the mound.
He's up there. He had a game with like 7 walks. He's probably making 20.
He had like a 12 strikeout game too.
He had like a 10. I think it was a 10.
And then batting 267. He's right there in your slugger.
He's up. He's up there.
He's up.
That's good for the majors right now.
And his on base percentage is .933.
Yeah, that's very good.
It's psycho.
I think he's got 4. He's tied for the league in homers. So
14 home runs, 33 RBIs. He's a beast.
6 steals, I believe, too.
Dude, what does he do to fantasy baseball? Just destroy the league.
It's funny what they have to do is I play in a Yahoo league. They have to make Ohtani batter and Ohtani pitcher. So he's 2 guys. And I know the one guy in our league owns both shares of him.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, but he's basically down a guy, if you think about it. He's got Ohtani, but he's got 2 Ohtanis, which isn't a bad thing. But normally, when he came up and got hurt, it was like, oh, okay, this is a gimmick. And he got drafted, the hitter Ohtani.
He's gonna have to pick.
Exactly.
That was the thinking. He's going to have to pick at some point.
Of course. The hitter Ohtani got drafted in the very last round, and the pitcher Ohtani got drafted like 3rd to last round.
Oh, in fantasy. That's funny, yeah.
They're just expecting him to have a blister or to pull a hammy. It's just nobody can withstand, the people couldn't wrap their minds around it.
Right.
We never saw Babe Ruth play, but when Babe Ruth played, he pitched first. And then he became a hitter. He didn't do both.
Right.
He was just a pitcher, and then he started.
What do they call it? The management. There's a term for it, but managing his physical condition.
Oh, like conditioning, you mean? Or
Yeah, in pro sports they got a term for it.
It just sucks too because you have to compile all that on top of his reconstructed elbow.
Well, Tommy John, I thought Tommy John, you came out better than you went in.
Well, you go in with like a 12-year-old's arm when you're done with that. But the thing is that, guys have had multiple Tommy John surgeries. You can't have another one, but he's just.
What is Tommy John surgery? I know it's your elbow, but what do? They take part of your ear canal out and put it down there?
Part of your hip. I'm not exactly sure where they get the part from, but they basically just, you pull
your appendix.
They pull your they replaced your tendons in the elbow. That's all it is.
Really?
They just reconstruct it better, stronger, faster.
From a horse or?
Good question. I mean, cadaver, perhaps. I mean, like I said, I don't really know where they get the tendon. I mean,
right.
itself. I mean, I guess you can go on Amazon now and get one. But
don't get the wish tendon.
Yeah, exactly. The Kirkland tendon.
Dude, I was watching the Laker Warrior game.
Okay. Is the playoff started?
Sort of.
I'm not a basketball fan.
Yeah. So this year they've added because basketball, they're always changing it, which is kind of cool.
Sure.
But sometimes they get a little carried away. Okay. And this year, the jury's still out.
Yeah.
But you know how baseball has the wild card playing game?
Yeah.
Basketball has done that for their playoffs, but it turns out there's 2 play-in games. So I guess it's a mini tournament. So 4 teams have the 2 last teams to make the playoffs, and then the 2 teams that don't make the playoffs have a tournament. Those 4 teams basically have a 1-game tournament to pick the bottom 2.
I see. So like 20 out of the 30 teams get a chance to go to the playoffs.
Well, what's funny, they were talking about it and they never did it, or they haven't done it yet. But because basketball, this Eastern Conference, Western Conference thing is all
right.
Kind of at this point, they're like, why not just take the best 16 teams and seed them out and have a tournament? And that'd be awesome.
The West has been dominating for like the last 20 years. I know that.
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
Right. But that would be awesome.
That would be kind of cool.
Just take the best teams and have a tournament.
1 through 16.
Yeah. Have a playoff tournament.
Interesting.
And then you could have, East versus West right away. And it would be all.
You could have Warriors, Lakers in the finals.
Right.
That'd be kind of fun.
You would have the best.
Not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
why not?
That way, because the thinking is if one conference is really loaded and the other one isn't, then who wants to watch the Western Conference is weak this year, so who wants to watch the Western Conference?
Makes sense. It was always the East. I mean, when Michael Jordan retired,
right?
Yeah. After that, it's just like, it's the Hawks versus the Pacers.
Well, all this changes one trade too.
That's true too. Absolutely. Yeah, basketball is definitely dominated by players. I mean, by a handful.
You got 5 guys on the floor.
That's it. Exactly. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So
hopefully they'll do that. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, we shall see. Bro.
Forget the conferences.
I'm kind of interested now. Now I might be fun. It's fantastic.
That'd be cool for football. Just get rid of all that. Just put the best teams in.
Yeah, that's true.
And seed them out.
Well, they always have a complaint too with football. Is that like my division, my Philadelphia Eagles
sneak in at 5 and
the NFC East, if you will. We're 6 and somebody's got to go to the damn playoffs. One of you 4 teams.
Didn't somebody go in with a losing record one year?
Oh, dude, I know the Seahawks went in. They were 7-8-1. And I think the New York Giants were 7-9. They won the Super Bowl. They were 7-9 or 9. I'm sorry, they were 9-7. But they became in as a wild card team.
Right.
It's not who the best team is; it's who's the hottest.
The
team.
hottest.
It's always
team,
like that. So I think they won the Super Bowl. I think it was the second year they beat Brady. They were at 9-7. I have to look that up, but they weren't. They just kind of got in and like, okay, here we go, and they started rolling.
And that's what sucks is, like, especially in football too. You could have a team that's hot, and not make the playoffs. Well, I guess you've got the wild card, but
one shit game at home after a bye. That's what makes football so fun. The variables can really get into players' heads, and
the shape of the ball.
A hot underdog team, it goes in there and just smacks that team. Yeah, it's definitely a big dynamic, and it happens every year too, which is cool. You rarely see 1 versus 1 play in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah,
it happens, but not like shit. But Oakland Raiders, first ever wild card team to win a Super Bowl.
I know what. Have we haven't had a full non-COVID Las Vegas Raiders season yet?
No,
right?
not yet.
That's going to be so awesome.
The plan is to have full stadiums, by the fall. I mean, like I said,
I could see it.
Yeah,
the way the vaccine's rolling out.
Yeah, definitely. You're already seeing it in baseball.
You're going to need a booster for sure because you got the J&J, which is basically cherry Kool-Aid.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. I got the Tiger King. You
got the Wish.
Yeah, exactly.
The Wish version of the vaccine.
One shot stopping. One shot shopping.
Turns out that Pfizer's good for everything.
Sounds like